Hello YouTubers, or as I like to say, tube heads, and I do include myself in that. This is a project that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in, just based on what I've gone through over the last couple years, trying to find information on how to sequence taillights. So, as I just mentioned, this is a project that has been going on for a couple years, on and off. Of course, we don't all have, 10 hours a day to devote to these little projects that we do, no matter how cool they are. Well, what I got going here is a prototype. This originally represented a 65 Chevy Impala, where it has 6 tail lights. The 2 inner lights were reverse lights, and then of course the 2 outer were blinkers and brakes. What I've done is I've kind of expanded on that idea, where what we have is a 3rd brake light, because my goal here is to make this universal so anybody can apply this to their vehicle. It's just a matter of how you use the software. So 3rd brake light on my car. Instead of this being a reverse light, I bought another set of tail lights, and I've eliminated those reverse lights. And I'll keep them, but they'll probably be stuck in a box in the trunk. And I've added 2 additional brake lights for a better effect, of course. So what we've got is, now we have 6 tail lights, we have a center brake light. These are the marker lights. Although my car does not have them, they didn't come on cars of that year. This is, again, is going to be a universal setup. So this would be the left marker and right marker, front turn signal, and of course these 4 empty holes here are waiting on some white LEDs for headlights. Just because I'm going to do something with the headlights as well. I ran into a small problem with this as far as being able to video this, and that's the intensity of the LEDs. It's kind of crazy. They're so bright that they're whiting out the camera essentially, and I can give you an example of that if you'd like to see it. Let's just do some brake lights here. How's that? It looks pretty good. I'm watching the monitor. And that's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and go forward with this, video, and see how the playback is on it. So anyways, you just seen left turn signal, of course. That's a part of the program, which is sequential. I'll start off with the brake lights. I've got some switches mounted on the back of this, and by the way, this is a metal aluminum clipboard usually used in the service industry. I knocked the pin out of it and spun this part around, and it's kind of like a little pyramid going there, and it works out real well. And in a few minutes I'll freak you out with the wiring that's in between the 2 halves. Anyways, let's get a look at what this does. This is the first mode, which is sequential. Let me find the right button here. So what we've got is the tail lights and 3rd brake light. I'm only using 8 relays here, so I had to I shut these down so I could operate the 3rd brake light, and you're going to have to go to a 16 channel relay setup for this. So that's the brake lights you just saw. I think the top one is right. That's right turn signal, independent of the brakes. And that's with the brake lights on. Back it down the opposite. And I guess I don't need to say what that is. And let's do it with the brake lights on. Pretty cool, huh? I will be building a dimming circuit for this. Probably use a MOSFET, N-channel MOSFET, where I can adjust the intensity so we can all get a better look at this thing. But I do want to show you mode 2. There's actually several other modes, but I ran out of switches. One of them is with the 4-way flashers, which is really cool. Oh, what I did want to show is one of the functions that I included in this, which was the toughest thing for me to work through, was a tap function, where, you know, like on the new cars, where you just tap the left or right, and then it'll blink 3 times and shut off. You don't have to shut it off yourself. That was tough to figure out in the software. Let's see if I can get it to work with this switch. Yeah, it's working. Not the same thing for the left. And that's completely adjustable. You can have it blink 50 times if you'd like and then shut off, or just once. It's entirely up to you. And then I've got one mode switch back here. So we'll put it into the second mode, which is a standard blink pattern, what you'd expect to see on a typical car. So, start off with brake lights, right turn signal, shut that off, and then left turn signal. And again, the markers, the intention is to have them incorporated into these blinking patterns. But as I said, I had to rob one relay for the third brake light, which I figured, why just, you know, have one in, you know, operating. So I just took both of them out for right now. I'll shut this off so you can actually see, and I'll just put that back in the sequential mode. I like it there. And let me give you an idea of what this thing's all about. And I hope this is not too intimidating. It's my little makeshift bracket. That's what we got going on. I do recommend using, this is an opto isolation relay, and as I said, this is only 8 relays. The next one that you'll see there will be 16 relays, so I can do more of the functions for prototyping. And of course we've got our, I don't know if you can see it, just barely. Let me pull the camera off of the tripod so I can take a shot downward on this so you can see what I'm doing here. Get my fingers out of the way. There's your opto isolation relay. There's the Arduino Uno, which, if I'm going to go any further with, you know, experimenting and prototyping, I need to go to like a Mega where I have more inputs and outputs, because I'm pretty much exhausted on that. You know, they say that you can use your analog inputs as outputs, but they really don't recommend that, and I had problems trying to use that, so you can try it and see how it works for you. But anyways, there's a picture. You guys can see basically what's going on. And this, the company for these opto isolation relays, I think they're called, Sane Smart. I'll be including part numbers and stuff. So there you go. Excuse me. I guess I'll edit that out. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build that dimming circuit, and I'm not sure yet, but I may make a video on that because some of you guys may not be familiar with that arrangement. So the whole idea is to kind of make everything simplified here for you, so you don't have to run off and do research. You can just build your project. So that's it for now, and I'd like to hear from you. You know the program where you thumbs up and subscribe, all that happy stuff, and that would certainly be motivation to continue forward on this project. So wait to hear from you. I'll have that other video out soon, I think.